Court is now in session. All rise for the Honorable Judge Jefferson.
Gil Teverson, you stand accused of breaking the sign law. I assume you know the penalty. Death. How do you plead? Not guilty. Well, I am guilty, but...
My client pleads not guilty, Your Honor.
Very well, then. Mr. Sierpinski, you may begin your opening statement, and then finish your opening statement.
Your Honor, I intend to prove that, without a shadow of a doubt, that on the night in question, February 14th, 1996, the defendant was alone at Doritos Field, making an error that would cost the Los Angeles Angels the pennant.
These are grave crimes indeed. Do you have any proof?
Yes, Your Honor, the Crown has lined up an array of evidence and key witnesses, including con and supplementary, the owners of the Angles. Objection! Con and supplementary are crooked, Your Honor.
Overruled. You may continue, Mr. Sierpinski.
Ladies and 10 gentlemen of the court, as you may recall, on the 15th of June, 1997, in question, the Angles lost the pennant to the San Juan Foreigners on the last-minute home run that just cleared the fence. Objection! That home run was perfectly legal, and Mr. Teverson wasn't even at the game in question. He's right, Your Honor. That home run was legal anywhere else in the world, except Doritos Stadium.
This is truly shocking, Mr. Sierpinski. Please explain yourself.
So you see, the Baseball Association clearly states that all fields must be a pure isosceles triangle and contain 180 degrees. Doritos Field does not. And furthermore, there's one man solely responsible for this, Gil Teverson. Are you the Plementary brothers?
Yes.
And do you own the Angles?
Yes.
And did you hire Mr. Teverson to design the Doritos Field?
Yes.
Your witness, Mr. Denton. As owners of the team, it is your job to maintain the highest level of success for the Angles?
Yes.
And having a quality playing field is key to maintaining success?
Yes.
Then why did you hire Gil Teverson to design your stadium? A man who never even passed remedial math 3H.
Well, you see,
It was all substantive. It's all Colin's fault. Well, who signed the hiring papers?
Well, we kinda
Co-signed them. Objection! He's badgering the witnesses.
Yes, Mr. Denton, please try to be a little nicer with your questions. These poor witnesses have been badgered enough for today. You may leave the stand.
If it please the court, in fact, even if it doesn't please the court, I would like to call Mr. Teverson to the stand. Mr. Teverson, is it true that you were hired to design Doritos Stadium?
Well, yes.
Is it also true that you failed remedial math 3H?
Yes.
Then why on earth did you take the job?
Well, I just needed the... I don't even understand what I did wrong!
I can explain. Under normal regulations, the field would have been a regular isosceles triangle, like this one seen here. But Doritos Field is an isosceles triangle like this.
This doesn't look like a triangle at all.
You clearly broke the sign law.
Wait a minute. What's the sign law? You don't know the sign law? This is serious.
Allow me, Your Honor. Sign law states that A over sign A equals B over sign B equals C over sign C.
Wait, Mr. Denton. Well, since this defendant has proven his incompetence and clearly knows nothing about trigonometry, I can see no other choice but to find the defendant.
Objection! Your Honor, some new evidence has come to light. It seems that Mr. Tieferson inherited the job of building Doritos Field as it was already underway. It seems he only had the information shown on this diagram.
Objection! Your Honor, although this evidence does acquit the defendant of breaking the sign law, it reveals an even more heinous crime, breaking the cosigned law.
Cosine law? My skull hurts.
Cosine law states that c squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ac times the cosine of c.
And violating the cosine law is the most serious crime of all, with a penalty of mega-death. And since you seem just as guilty as always, I have no choice but to find the defendant.
Hold it! Your Honor, if I may bring back the diagram from before.
Alright, but this diagram saved your case, Mr. Denson. What could possibly be wrong with it?
Take a look at this angle. What's the measure?
Why, it's 400 degrees!
Mr. Tieferson, who did you inherit the job of building the stadium from?
Well, I thought it was obvious. Common supplementary.
Your Honor, I would like to recall calm and supplementary to the stand. Mr. Supplementary, is it true that you began the job of constructing Doritos Field? Well, yeah, but I don't know much about angles, and it was all Calm's doing.
Well, yeah, that's true. But that idiot brother of mine does know nothing about trigonometry. This bad angle is clearly his doing. Objection! Why would they want to ruin their own team?
I think I can answer that. Last month, Plementary Brothers Co. Incorporated began construction of a new isosceles field in Canada. Clearly, they knew that if the field in Los Angeles was faulty, there would be no choice but to move the team to Canada and save a bundle on snow cone sales.
Well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I see no reason to prolong this trial any further. You have seen the evidence, and the choice is clear.
Well, how are we gonna vote?
Well, it says on the paper that he is Mr. Guilty.
We agree. He is guilty.
We find that the defendant is indeed Mr. Guilty.
He is guilty.
I hereby sentence you to death. No! Unless you're really, really sorry for what you've done.
The defendant is very clearly not sorry.
Objection! The defendant clearly is sorry.
Overruled. Since you are only partially sorry, I'm afraid I have no other choice. I hereby sentence you to 12 hours of community service.
My career!
Your Honor, I intend to prove that, without a shadow of a doubt, on the night in question, February 14th, 1996.
1996.
Why does the year matter?
Very well then. Mr. Nico... What's his name again?
Under normal regulation, the field would have been a perfect isosceles triangle, as like the one seen here. Where? Where is it? The fuck?
Yeah. Learning fun break. Now, to put this into a diagram perspective, this side is A.
Okay. Wait,
this
stop.
side is a ruined tank.